discuss evolving my my theory. So basically, my theory is scientists have been working on something called string theory. Okay, and they're basically working on a theory that everything is basically the fundamental aspect of everything is a bunch of little strings. Okay. The way that my theory differs from their theory is, I think the entire universe is not connected by a bunch of little strings. It's connected by one giant long string. Okay? So, I'll kind of start from the beginning. You have the electromagnetic spectrum basically starting from here, what's known. Okay? And my theory is everything starts at love waves that oscillate at 10 to the 0, which is one time. Okay? Then it moves up to entropy waves that oscillate at 10 to the second, which is 100 times. It goes up to radio, 10 to the 4th, microwave waves, 10 to the 10th, infrared, 10 to the 12th, light, 10 to the 15th, ultraviolet, 10 to the 16th, X-ray, 10 to the 18th, and gamma waves, 10 to the 20th. Okay? They basically go and get faster and faster and faster, oscillating faster and faster and faster, until they get up to infinity, which is magnetic waves, okay, which oscillate infinitely, basically both transversely and longitudinally, going every which direction, okay. That's why black holes, stars, planets, moons, are all basically spherical objects, okay? Because the magnetic waves are oscillating infinitely, pushing everything out. Gravitational waves are oscillating infinitely, pulling everything back in, okay? So, that's basically the theory of the string, how everything is connected basically by one piece of string. It connects everything, okay? For instance, right now, it's an infinitely growing piece of string, okay? So, for instance, right now, I'm an example, okay? I'm breathing in air, which is going into my lungs. It's connecting the string that's within me. I, right now, am basically absorbing light rays from the sun, as well as heat, infrared, as well as ultraviolet. All the different string that's coming from the sun, I'm absorbing, okay? I'm absorbing water, which is the string. Food, nutrients, which is the string, okay? That basically is what sustains us. I'll get into it a little bit later, but we have so much entropy going on within our bodies that it takes a lot of string to sustain us. Okay? So, let me get into what exactly is time. Before I basically had it that up from love waves were time waves, but that's confusing because until you have an electron, a proton, and a neutron, you can't have life, okay? So that was basically the main conflict that I had with calling them time waves, okay? So now I'm calling them entropy waves, okay? But basically, so the string is connected like an infinity symbol, okay? So you take Einstein's equation, E equals mc squared. So what is energy? Well, energy is magnetic waves. What is mass? Mass is gravitational waves. And what makes it so the entire universe can exist, the only thing that's not infinite, is the speed of light squared. Okay? So why exactly is it the speed of light squared? Well, I'll tell you right now. Okay? So you have basically, you start here and you end here. Okay? So you have magnetic waves which start here, start to oscillate, and get up to the point of infinity, and then you have gravitational waves that come back here and meet back up with magnetic waves. Once they get to the point where they oscillate at infinity, that's where they start all over again. Okay? So, time is basically an accumulation of the string getting pushed out and pulled back in. Okay? So, okay, so for instance, you right now, you are basically an accumulation of the string. Okay? The Earth is an accumulation of the string. The Moon is the accumulation of the string. Space is an accumulation of the string. It's all basically just string. But the magnetic waves are what pushes everything out. Okay? It's what pushes the trees out, the plants out, pushes us out from the Earth. Okay? The gravitational waves is basically what pulls us back in. So the magnetic waves is what allows us to grow, and the gravitational waves are what pull us back in and make us become older. Okay? So you put these together, you fold them together, and they make a big loop. And if they're going every which direction, they make a sphere. Okay? So that's basically all that time is magnetic waves pushing everything out, gravitational waves pulling everything in. Okay? So let's look at it like this, okay? So within my body, I'm around 100 kilograms. So within my body, I have 100 I have 100 octillion atoms in my body. Okay? That's a lot of atoms. Okay? But that's nothing compared to the string. Okay? So, if I have electrons, neutrons, and protons in my body, and the string consists of all those waves that I just showed you. Okay? Electrons consist of love, entropy, and radio waves. Neutrons consist of those plus microwave, infrared, and light waves. And protons electrons consist of those, all those, plus ultraviolet, X-ray, and gamma waves. Okay? So basically, they're all just shooting out string to one another and pulling in string from one another to enable life to be able to exist. Okay? So let's take entropy waves for example. Okay? So entropy waves, which I have no idea how you could measure entropy waves at all, but basically within my body, you know, because if you times this by 3 for all the entropy waves with all in the within all these 3, okay, so that's basically this times 3, and I'm sure there's a whole lot more entropy waves within electrons, protons, and neutrons than just basically, you know, one apiece. So that's 300 octillion waves just within me. Okay? So basically, time and entropy are directly related. Okay? Because we as human beings have so many entropy waves within us. I mean, just for me to do this, move around with the string moving at the speed of light, there is so much going on there. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount of string that it takes to be able to just, you know, move your body around and walk around and different things like that. I mean, it's intense. So that's all that it is there's a lot more entropy waves within us than there are in black holes, planets, stars, moons, and asteroids. You know, there's just a lot more entropy within us. So it seems like time is going so much slower out there in the universe. But it's really not. It's that we have so much entropy within us that just things just go a lot faster. We just move towards our most chaotic state faster. And that's basically just a pattern. You're born, you grow, move to your most chaotic state, and you get pulled back in. Born, you grow, most chaotic state, pulled back in. That's basically the infinitely growing string. That's how it all works. So, trying to make sure I went over everything. So you have magnetic waves, which are basically the energy, which is pushing everything out. And gravitational waves that's pulling everything in. Okay? So if you refer to my other videos, you realize everything that exists is universal. It's basically just an accumulation of magnetic waves, which, as the magnetic waves, I'm including the love, entropy, radio, microwave, you know, everything down the entire electromagnetic spectrum, I'm including in the magnetic waves. Gravitational waves pulls everything back in. Okay? So that's basically how everything exists. It's just an accumulation of the waves, you know, oscillating at nothing to infinity, which are, as I've said before, really the same thing if you really think about it. It's just a big loop. You know, but it's a really interesting thing to think about. So yeah, that's basically it, though. Once again, if you would like, you can go to magnitistoys.com, magnitis.com. toys on there that I sell that I can make to your specifications, or you can go to my GoFundMe page and contribute Magnolia's Toys. But anyway, that's my video, so thank you. I appreciate it. Hey guys, so I forgot to add something in a while ago. So, basically, you have magnetic waves pushing everything out, gravitational waves pulling everything in, okay? So, E equals mc squared, okay? Magnetic waves equal gravitational waves times the speed of light squared, okay? So, magnetic waves divided by gravitational waves equals the speed of light squared, okay? So really, if you think about it, time is equal to distance. So time equals the speed of light squared, which is basically the distance the speed of light squared has to travel. Okay? So, within you, there are so many protons, neutrons, electrons that exist that the string is traveling at the speed of light. So, it's not that things are happening so much slower out in the universe. It's they're happening so much faster within us, okay? Due to all the entropy waves, all the waves, everything like that that's going on within inside of us, okay? So, I just wanted to add that in, that basically that's all really time is the distance that the string travels at the speed of light. And it's the speed of light squared because magnetic waves, gravitational waves. You know what I mean? Takes it a minute to get over here, takes it a minute to get back, and that's the speed of light squared. Okay? So I just wanted to add that in. But yeah, that's it. All right. Thank you for watching.